I can unbutton my top button, bringing the chest hair for the ladies. No.
Oh my God, you did not just do that. Interesting.
30 seconds. I gotta get crazy in the morning. We're not broadcasting yet, are we?
Wait, why are we getting crazy for the ladies, Jesse?
20 seconds.
I can't help it. It was already on. I'm sorry. You have to add substance to the discussion. I said, I can't wait till we get paid for this. And I said, oh, wait, sometimes we get donations. And you said.
Yeah, no. We got 5 seconds before we start. 2 seconds.
That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Joining our live streaming audience there on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and of course our good friends at Periscope TV. Glad to have you with us. If you're tuning in anywhere from around the world and you got an Alexa, just say, Alexa, I want to listen to KMET 1490 AM, and it will turn on and say, yes, I'll let you listen to Jesse Sanchez and Aaron Michael Sanchez on the morning show. Jesse, how you doing over there? How you rocking it?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm trying not to get wet. It is raining out there, really pretty good. I don't know about you.
Oh boy, did it start, and it came in with thunderous clouds, thunder like out of nowhere. I'm telling you, it was almost like the gods of thunder said, you know what? We're going to bring harmony into this earth. Seriously. It's been a while since we had some good rain, huh?
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, it has been a while. I can't even remember the last time it did rain.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the gods have said, you know what, we're going to bless the earth with some good positive energy. So there you go. Of course, lightning abounded, made it a lot of people go, whoa, what's going on? Lots of thunder, and thankfully it cleared up. And just be safe out there when driving, of course. First rain always is difficult. Be careful out there, and don't forget, allow enough room between cars because you don't want to skid into oblivion. Seriously. Let's see. We got lots to talk about today. Obviously, social media chat room is lighting it up. Let's see. Maher over there says, hello, how are you? Hello, Maher Amobashar. Thank you very much for tuning in. Also, Jesse, look, lots of plans over the weekend occurred. Are there any good plans for the rest of the week that you know of, and or that you celebrated, and you can share some tips for gift giving? Because I think a lot of people are looking for special deals now.
Special deals for right now? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Right now is like the perfect time, right? Everyone has all these sales, like end of the year Christmas sales or whatever. So yeah, look at those advertisements, find them, because I think I picked up a pretty good, decent video game for like $40 at Best Buy. So I'm pretty happy about it.
Awesome. I picked up nothing, and I'm waiting to see. Let's see. What did I get? I got nothing, and that's important. Why? Because people sometimes need to save the money. But if you get to spend some money and spend some money on yourself and or your loved ones, PlayStation 5 is a really big deal, right, Jesse? Why is that?
Because it's brand new. It's one of the new current gen systems. But if you can even find it, honestly, I will not buy that system unless I can go into a store and purchase it right out from the register, because it's too much of a hassle. Do not pay more than retail. Do not buy from these scalpers. And yeah, hopefully you'll be able to get one.
Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. I was seeing a couple people buy one in a parking lot. I thought, oh, okay, well, and they did it very covert. Like, here's the box, and the other person's like, let me check it, make sure if it was the real thing. I remember people used to do that back in the day at Best Buy, and you had some people like in the parking lot, hey, you want to buy some speakers, and they would switch it out. By the time the person would go to the house, they'd be like, they were little bricks made to look like speakers. You ever hear about that? That was a thing like about 8 years ago.
Wow, no, I've never heard of that. That would be horrible.
Yeah. So if you manage to snag a PS5, good job. Sony's hot new and next gen console game comes with just about everything you need to start having fun right out of the box. You'll probably want to pick up a few essential accessories. Of course, maybe you want to stream to Twitch, maybe communicate with your friends during heated Call of Duty Warzone matches. Maybe you just need an extra controller, 2 for local multiplayer parties. No matter what you're looking for, Here's some picks. And you can get the PS5 Media Remote, where you can play a lot of cool stuff like Disney Plus, Netflix, Spotify, YouTube. And you can get the Sony's Media Remote. It's a sleek, convenient remote, packs all the essential information in there. It's only $29.99. That's not bad, actually. For those of you that want a special controller, the DualShock 4, it's $59.99. What's the difference between playing with a regular controller and another one, Jesse?
For the PlayStation?
Uh-huh.
You know what? I don't think there are any like off-brand controllers for the PlayStation. If there are, I haven't seen them. They're probably like Chinese knockoffs. But honestly, if you're gonna get a controller, just get the official ones. This way, they're built to last and not gonna break. Yeah.
Stephanie says, hello, happy editing the glorious day for today's awesome busy day ahead. I like that. That's positivity. No, but I agree. There's a lot of accessories that you can get for this, but I like the one where you have a vehicle car situation. You know what I'm talking about? And that's the steering wheel. It's called the Horiz Racing Wheel Apex. That's what it's called. So you can use that. You'll see that on the top left of your screen there.
Oh, okay.
Right. And it's if you're looking for a game immersive, you can play it with the Gran Turismo 7. Horiz Racing Wheel Apex is a solid and affordable starting point. It's actually priced at only $99. You can find it on Amazon. The officially licensed racing accessory includes a full-size wheel and dual pedals built to replicate the feeling of speeding around in your favorite car, complete with a secure clamp for mounting it to your desk and fully programmable buttons and, of course, paddles. So pretty cool stuff, right? I mean, that's a way to kind of get your family members, especially the young ones and or the teenagers, ready to go like, you know what? Stay in school, keep applying it, and let's celebrate the year coming up ahead, right? Let's focus on good stuff, not dumb stuff. Okay. And then there was this, Jesse. We got a new monolith, I believe, one of which I think some people might say, you know what? This is worth at least sharing a little. Although in this weather, I'm not sure you want to. Can you talk to me about this new monolith, Jesse?
Yeah, so a new monolith popped up. I'm actually digging these. I like them when people are just putting them out. But this one is obviously human made because of the material that it was constructed from. And yeah, so it was constructed out of gingerbread and icing. So we have a gingerbread monolith in I think San Francisco area. But yeah, if we have aliens that like to bake, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's the gingerbread. Literally not man, but there you go. You know what? That's commitment. That's I don't know how long it takes to make a proper gingerbread monolith. I would imagine it takes hours, if not days. Does it go stale? Does it get ready to rumble? Is it a transformer waiting in disguise called the gingerbread transformer man? I don't know, Jesse. What is it?
I don't know. That's pretty tall. I'm surprised it didn't collapse under its own weight.
Yeah, it's
So
a thing.
it's impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. It stands on Christmas Day, December 25th, on a bluff in Corona Heights Park overlooking San Francisco. Nearly 7-foot tall monolith made of gingerbread mysteriously appeared on the San Francisco hilltop on Christmas Day. Collapsed the next day. The three-sided tower held together by icing and decorated with a few gumdrops. I'm not a real gumdrop man. Delighted the city when word spread about its existence. You're a bad man. There you go. That's him. All right, people. We're gonna take a quick break. Seriously, nobody watched Shrek. That was the I'm a gingerbread man. Okay, we're gonna be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. All right, we got our social media chat room kicking it up over there. El Genius says, good morning. Awesome day ahead. 3 girlfriends from India virtual tea party for brunch. Social distance definitely enforced. So I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Jesse? Did I get that wrong?
I am not sure.
Oh, I get it. She's getting a virtual tea party together. Got it. Okay. Sorry. I was trying to understand.
10 seconds.
Okay.
I want to go on a vacation.
Right.
2 seconds.
That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope TV. Glad to have you with us. Lots of headlines like this one: California death spur pleas to stay home for Christmas. I don't know who writes this stuff because it's already past Christmas, but so there you go. I guess the question really is about New Year's, right? New Year's Eve coming up around the corner. How are people going to celebrate? Are they going to celebrate it? Are they going anywhere to go celebrate it? What do you think, Jesse? What do you think is going to go on there?
The same thing that always happens. People are going to celebrate it. People are going to get sick, and the hospitals are going to get filled.
Yeah. Festive gatherings, of course, have, kind of been a little under the weather, so to speak. But I see it. People are joining each other in grand harmony. And, it is a thing. I will say I spoke to somebody over the weekend, which said, yeah, unfortunately, one of their family members came over, spent the evening there and or the day, not sure which it was, had coronavirus. I think it was the third or second time, I can't remember, and spread it to the whole family. Now, 2 of them are coughing very bad. They're all self-isolating in different rooms. One of them's freaking out. The other one's has a pre-existing condition, and now the whole family has got it, or at least thinks they're going to get it. That is a stressful situation. So people, please take it seriously, okay? If you feel or you have a situation currently where you are currently saying, no, it's okay, it's not going to be a thing, be careful, be aware, and please, 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 if you're going to be that person that says, I don't care, it doesn't matter, blah, 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 then beware. It can happen to anyone. All right. So be careful out there. We don't want to be the bearers of bad news and more bad news, but it's a thing. It's a real thing. Although we joke, we kid, we laugh. Sometimes we just have to kind of say, okay, let's have fun in the meantime. Let's spend time outdoors. I know I visited a family friend over the weekend up in Victorville. And, it was nice just sitting outside, staying outside and spending social distancing, although very cold. I think it was like 45 degrees up in Victorville, but I will say it was a nice, calm time. We had some cheese, no wine would have been good, but I didn't have time. And, sometimes you got to do that on the outside, Jesse?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
So here's the deal. We're going to take another break. I'm going to take a minute here to regroup with some interesting news coming up around the corner. Let's do that. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. Okay, sorry about that.
Yep. You want to make it a short break?
Make it a little bit longer because I'm having a little bit of heartburn.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, whenever you're ready.
Okay, we come back in 20 seconds.
All right. Sorry, I had a little bit of like, don't know what I ate bad. I was like, all right, I'll be fine.
5 seconds. Coming back.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and of course, any other places you could find us at, streaming in all different places around the world. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let's go to social media comments. Let's see what people are saying over in social media. We got Katya Wunderland says, hello, everyone. I'm back from vacation. There was half a meter of fresh snow today. Not so good when you're in the motorhome. Yeah, that's no fun, actually, in the motorhome. I can see that. But there you go. Good job, Katya. Take care of yourself. And, of course, those you're having a good, fun old time there. Stephanie Reed says, creating my own note-taking app as like your own mood board. What's a mood board, Jesse?
Good question. I don't know.
Like a board where you determine your moods? Because I like that. Or does she mean like a vision board? What's a mood board? I don't know what a mood board is. I'm just asking for clarification, Stephanie. But I think it's a good idea. I think you should. Let's see. Rosalie says, good morning. Happy Monday. Send me good vibes today, please. Work shift today, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. to midnight. I work for the state. Yikes. Okay, that one's going to be a lot of over hours. And I say good job because you got New Year's Eve coming up around the corner. You might as well, keep busy over there. So be careful, though. Thank you. And Katya says, thank you. Yes, the vacation was wonderful outside in the nature with husband and dog. Awesome. That's the way you need to celebrate the time with each other. Good job. Good job. And then, of course, Jesse said, what? Ouch, Lazar, stay sane and energized. Okay, I'll read your, that. I was hoping you'd read your own because it's you, Jesse, because you're in the same somewhat vicinity. Okay. No truth to the rumor. I'm in LA. He's in San Bernardino. And look, lots of people talking about what's going on in the world, including the latest vaccine situation. Now, there's a lot of news out there. Some of it interesting, some of it weird, some of it like, what is going on? Some people are looking at certain problems happening with certain vaccines. Some certain things that you need to be careful of, especially if you have certain allergies, like the Pfizer's COVID vaccine and allergies. Should you be concerned? The answer is maybe you should be. The answer is it a possibility if you have like bee and or insect stings? This is something that they've been talking about for quite some time. If you've been allergic to certain things, you need to be aware of it before you take one of these things like this one here. Many people with allergies to foods, bee stings, or medicines have received multiple vaccines without problems. As a member of the FDA advisory panel that met Thursday, this was published December 12, 2020, Offit voted in favor of authorizing the Pfizer vaccine. However, There's more news coming out. I know my mom researched some, and she was like, you got to tell some people what's going on. And you got to say, well, is that going to be a problem? Is it something that's going to be a major problem? Perhaps, and perhaps we're just hearing the latest about something that may, blow up in the next coming months. I don't know. But I do say I've heard from several people just reality of, do you want to wait till it's at least tested a little bit more, or do you want to just go out and, of course, become a volunteer? Because this is what's happening in Brazil. Brazil's COVID-19 vaccine trial volunteers. According to this, doctors weary of seeing patients die to relatives who lost their loved ones. Thousands of Brazilians, like nurse Jane Cristina Dias Alves, have volunteered for COVID vaccine trials in one of the world's worst affected countries in the hope their quiet heroism will save lives. It's true. There's a lot of people that volunteer for this and say, you know what, I'll go ahead and try to put my life on the line, hoping that it'll help everybody. Latin America's largest country has become a major testing ground for vaccines because of the scale of its outbreak, which has seen more than 7.3 million people infected and over 180,000 killed by the coronavirus. Denise Abranches over there, 47, coordinator of dentistry at a Sao Paulo hospital, was first volunteer outside Britain to receive the trial vaccine from AstraZeneca PLC. I witnessed many lonely deaths here, according to Reuters, who said patients who could not say goodbye to their relatives who could not say goodbye to their loved ones when the vaccine trial came. She says, I joined immediately. This global effort of volunteers in search of a vaccine will be remembered and will go down in history. The gesture of love from volunteers, that's how I'd like to be remembered. I thought, wow, that's somebody that's really putting their life on the line. And I understand that they kind of know they are, but it makes you wonder, are there other alternative or ways that you could figure this out ahead of time before putting people's own lives at risk? I don't know. Is there a way, do you think, Jesse?
Uh, I don't know. If we're going to be speed rushing this vaccine, I don't think so. There will be victims who will, trying to cure them, but it's probably going to make it worse.
Yeah, I don't think it's the thing. I don't know. I would think that we have better ways of testing, but according to one person, they said, my brother, who is 47 years old, had COVID-19. If I don't take the vaccine, we will never know if it works or not for him, but for everyone else too. I had the drive to take part in the trial. The biomedical center running Sinovac's late-stage trials in Brazil said on Wednesday the vaccine met the 50% threshold for efficacy set by Brazilian health regulator Anvisa. It pledged to release more detailed information within 2 weeks as part of global trials. So a lot of people are really stepping up. I get this. I understand that. However, at the same time, I say, I think there's other ways to test it ahead of time. I'm pretty sure we've done that before, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just a little overly cautious, but there you go. All right, people, we got to take another break. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned. All right, you there, Jesse?
Yes, I am. I realized I was talking to myself. 35 seconds.
Oh, I apologize. I don't. Oh, okay. We were both on mute. Yeah, I had an emergency call, so I'm dealing with that right now. Okay. All right. Let's take a minute here.
20 seconds. You need more time?
Give me another 2 minutes. Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll be right back, folks.
Thirty seconds. Ten seconds.
Thanks, Jesse.
2 seconds.
All right. That's right. It's the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and of course, wherever you're tuning in from. We really appreciate you. Algenia says, look, if you're feeling nauseous, get some Emitrol and upset tummy. Yeah, because I just said a few minutes ago, I was feeling like some heartburn. And you know what? Look, whatever you're going through, make sure to always remember, no matter what is going on in your life, there are people to always help you, and there are people that care about you, and there are people that love you no matter what. So sometimes people think, oh, you know what? I'm in this all alone. How dare anybody? They don't care about me. I know I thought that over a couple days ago, and I thought, you know what? Who do I got to visit and say hi to? So I already thought of a couple people I'm going to say hi to eventually today for sure. And wherever you're at, wherever you're tuning in, just remember this. There's somebody out there that loves you. There's always somebody that cares about you. And even if you feel alone or you feel isolated, just remember it's not meant to be forever. Sometimes there are days that are like peaks and valleys. Sometimes there's a big peak and it feels really good. You feel like everything is top on the world. And then all of a sudden reality hits you and you're like, ugh, my body feels bad, and or I feel sad, and or I feel depressed. And you say, you know what? Does anybody understand out there? And then you go, yeah, there are people that understand. And there are people that will always say, look, I'm going to be there no matter what. Sometimes people have to go to the hospital, and sometimes they have to check in and say, do I have coronavirus? Because I'm starting to show some symptoms. And then some go, no, it's actually just a cold and or a flu. Or sometimes you get something else. But the reality is, if you do get coronavirus, there are steps in order to fix it eventually, right? And or right away. So whenever you feel this way, you take the necessary steps. You go and get tested, of course. If you test positive, you let the doctors and the facilities do what they do. They need to do it. They need to do it right. All you need to do is, again, be patient, and remember, no matter what, everybody does love you, and they're always rally to help you no matter what. So what do I say to those people that are self-quarantining out there? Good job. And what do I say to the dumb people that spread it and just go out and just like spread it without face masks and or gloves or anything else? Shame on you. How dare you spread it to the rest of the family members that you should be smart about. So if you feel you have it and you've constantly just gone back and forth, gone to parties, New Year's Eve, and done this, that, and the other, don't do that. Don't be that person. And if you are, learn from your experience, okay? Because you can create a lot of stress and undue anxiety with people that shouldn't have to have it. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. All right, let's switch gears. Jesse, you got any entertainment news over there?
Let's see. I actually did watch a new movie came out on Disney Plus called Souls.
Oh, was it good?
Disney Pixar Souls. Actually, it was really good. I kind of fell asleep on it because I was tired originally, but stay awake during the movie. It is a great movie. I'll probably watch it again and again, but it has a great story to it. What?
Sorry, I was going to skip forward. Has anybody seen Wonder Woman yet? Is it out?
Yes, Wonder Woman is out. I have seen it.
You don't like it? Oh no! There
Okay.
was so much hesitation there, Jesse.
So here's my problem with Wonder Woman.
Oh no! Don't tell me there's a problem.
I enjoyed the movie.
Never.
Personally. I enjoyed the movie personally. I also thought for the average viewer, it was a bit long. There were some scenes that probably could have been cut out, and there was one scene entirely that could have been cut out. But I enjoyed it for what it was.
That's terrible. I'm telling you right now, that is not a glowing, like, it's just not. Okay, but let me ask you, did you watch it with friends or family, or did you watch it alone?
I watched it with my girlfriend.
And did she like it or not really?
She liked it.
Yeah, you hesitated. Okay.
So
it was okay. It was worth like a $3.99 package, but you wouldn't pay like full price and or popcorn and or like sodas.
Yeah, it's just I just felt it was a long movie. There was a lot of talking. And I'm not against talking movies, but it's supposed to be a superhero movie. Now give me some more action.
I don't care that they talk during the action. Just make it actionable. Yeah, no, I get it. Well, kind of like Avengers, the second one was a little bit too much talk at the beginning. It was like drag, and then it finally hit the pinnacle peak. Towards the end, you're like, okay, finally, and then you had little moments like that. Again, like peaks and valleys. Sometimes you have peaks, sometimes you have valleys. Look forward to the peaks and enjoy the peaks while you're in them. Even in the mid-level where there's nothing happening, enjoy that. Sometimes the valleys are more manageable when you remember, wait a minute, I'm going to get through this. It's not the end of the world. I can get through this because I've been through worse in life. You know what I mean? So focus on that. Focus on love and focus on hopefully Wonder Woman 3 coming out sometime.
It did get greenlit for a third one. So there will be a third Wonder Woman movie.
Okay, so that's good. That's sometimes the twos don't work in certain sequels, but I bet it answered a lot of questions at least, right? Maybe it should have been shortened.
Yeah, like I said, it should have been shortened a bit, and there were certain things I would have changed, but overall, I thought it was a decent movie.
So those are called bathroom breaks. Make use of them.
Yes. Make use of those talking moments as bathroom breaks. But like I said, it was an okay movie. It wasn't a great movie, but it was okay. I think it was worth watching at least once.
Does it at least make sense with the first one? And does it add value to it, or does it completely detract from it? Because I felt Justice League like botched the whole thing up.
Oh yeah, Justice League was a totally botched movie. This movie actually contradicts some of the stuff in Justice League, so it doesn't help at all.
Got it. Okay. All right. So there you go. That's realistic news from Jesse Sanchez. And I say, you know what? If you got HBO Max, go get it. And I tried to watch it at the drive-in theater. They don't have it. And I was a little upset. They're like, we don't want to pay, or well, I should say whoever owns the drive-in at the Vineland drive-in theater was like, they just don't want to pay the licensing fee. I go, why would you not want to pay the licensing fee? You will at least line up like cars like left, right, and center. You'll have a bunch of family members being able to spend some time, even if they're socially distant from another. At least they do it in their own vehicle, right? Let them enjoy some fun out. My goodness. Anyway, all right, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned. All right, Shania.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. That's hold on. That's my hold on.
40 seconds.
All right, Jesse.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. That's my adopted daughter.
Oh, I hope she's doing good.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
10 seconds. Two
All right.
seconds, coming back.
Okay, thanks. Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show right here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, of course, Periscope TV, and much, much more. Look, however you're tuning in, we appreciate you. We got people tuning in talking about Wonder Woman. Al Genius says Wonder Woman with some thickness and muscles. So you know what? Look, I like Wonder Woman. I think Gal Gadot is a really good pick as Wonder Woman. I was Chris Pine at least good in it, Jesse, because I like him as an actor. I love him in Star Trek as Captain Kirk, and he really epitomizes any character that he's in. Actually,
Oh yeah, I love Chris Pine. Chris Pine was his role in there was actually pretty good. It made sense.
but there probably wasn't enough of him in it, huh?
No, there's never enough Chris Pine. We always love Chris Pine, right? He's a good guy.
Yeah, so there you go. See, and that's kind of the problem. I think the magic of the first one was their chemistry, right? The way they worked and the way he, and it was her saving him, but he's tough in his own right, and that's that's a dynamic duo you want, right? And you kind of feel it. So, did it at least answer questions of how that ended in the first one? Did it make sense, or was it kind of cheesy?
It's a comic book movie, so it's a bit cheesy on how he comes back. But
that's the problem. The first one wasn't too comic booky, right? Like, do you remember? Okay, for example, whenever they do too comic book, it just feels wrong. For example, remember when Batman had Batman nipples? Do you remember that? What was it called? Bat nipples? Nipples?
We're not supposed to talk about bat nips here, okay?
Bat nips. That's it. Yeah, don't have bat nips. Does everybody remember that? Bat nips? Jesse, who were bat nips? Can you describe that?
Yeah, that was the movie that George Clooney was in Batman and Robin. So whoever designed that Batman costume should be fired There is no reason to put nipples on Batman at all.
I
There's
don't know.
there's no reason.
I mean, maybe he got chilly and he was like, you know what? I need to make sure that they're safely isolated from the chill meister because there's a lot of chilling happening in Batman land. I mean, think about it. Batman gets a little nippy in the nips. What are you going to do? There it is. So what's wrong with that design, Jesse?
Yeah, Batman don't need no nips unless they shoot guns out of him like in Austin Powers. No, we don't need that.
Free the nipples. Okay. Anyway, so there you go. George Clooney will never live down that. I seriously do not know who was the genius mastermind of how to crush George Clooney's career as Batman, but they did it all in one big swoop, and that was one of the worst. I think George Clooney even said it was difficult for him to watch that by himself. So there you go. That's just. Yeah, no, so much no. Did Robin have bat nipples too? Oh, he did. He did actually. I think it started with Batman having bat nipples. Oh, that did.
Hey, but they didn't put it on Batgirl. I wonder why.
We need. I'm not going to touch that one with the 5-foot pole. I'm going to get blasted. Never mind. Okay, so there you go. What were you going to say, Jesse?
You went to the movie as well, right?
What do you mean?
You went to the movie as well and saw a movie, correct?
Oh, I did. Yeah. I did. I saw a movie. It wasn't bad. Monster Hunter, rated PG-13. It's there if you want to go check it out. I will say it was a good film. A little short. I expected more from it. Fun concept. A little bit flat, if that makes sense. Not what I'd expect, but it would be a good, fun film to watch. Maybe on my big screen television, not at the drive-in, because there was a lot dark scenes, and of course, certain scenes don't do well outside because you're like, I can't see it, and so there was a lot of moments where it moved really quick, and I'm like, I can't, you can't get the full, like you don't want to watch really dark movies on that, you just can't. You gotta watch more vibrant movies, and there you go. But
bright and shiny.
Yeah, bright and shiny, exactly. I like that, bright and shiny. Okay, let's see here. This is an interesting story here. Fauci says U.S. is taking a hard look at a variant of coronavirus. I'm sorry, what? Dr. Anthony Fauci endorsed the decision of U.S. officials to require negative COVID-19 tests before letting people from Britain enter the U.S. He declined to weigh in on whether that step should have been taken sooner. He said the variant strain is something to follow very carefully, and we're looking at it very intensively now. He says U.S. health officials believe the coronavirus mutation that set off alarms in parts of Britain is no more apt to cause serious illness or be resistant to vaccines than the strain affecting people in the United States, but it still must be taken very seriously. Oh boy, I can tell you right now, this is stupid bill all over again. This is one of those things where they say, we don't want to cause a panic, but we've talked about different strains causing more problems down the line. We talked about this 8 months ago. According to this, they says, does it make someone more ill? Is it more serious virus in the sense of virulence? And the answer is, it doesn't appear to be that way. You know what that means?
They don't know.
Too early to tell. That's what that means. British officials are telling their U.S. colleagues it appears that the vaccines being rolled out will be strong enough to deal with the new variant, but Fauci said, we're going to be doing the studies ourselves. What does that mean, Jesse?
Something goes wrong, we're not going to tell you.
Yeah, according to this, Fauci said the U.S. is at a critical phase of the pandemic with the worst probably still ahead. I would believe him on that, by the way. Fauci has always said it. Sometimes he makes it very blasé. And then in between, you got to read and you go, oh, that's what he's talking about. If you look at anything he's ever said, he always litters a lot of blasé with the real truth. And then you got to read just the truth and go, keep the emotional state out of it and just say, okay, how do we deal with that? So he said, with the worst probably still ahead, he predicted the general population would be getting immunized widely by late March or early April, beyond the frontline workers, older people, and certain other segments of the public given priority to the vaccines. Now, I have said this, and I've gone on record saying this. Between March and April, I do feel that there will be a very good, more on than off vaccine. There's going to be several variants, but by then, at least they'll figure out, I think, a 3-phase version of it, which means it's these vaccines I think are too powerful, by the way. And I think because they're so powerful, they can create a lot of other problems because this coronavirus hits people in the weakest areas of their body. it attacks the weakest parts of the body, creates situations. Even doctors are saying, what are some of the diseases that are coming and popping up all of a sudden? What is it suddenly triggering in the body? What is being triggered in the body to suddenly become a big situation, to become overblown, or to create the body to start working in on itself? Because it attacks basically membranes of the body, including the lungs, but it doesn't stick just to the lungs. It's trying to stick to other parts of the brain, other parts of the ligaments, other parts of areas that people are like getting full-blown diseases. Bacteria killing diseases are coming back. Plague type diseases are coming back. Bubonic plague diseases are coming back. What is going on with the coronavirus? So the question, of course, begs the answer, which vaccine is going to tackle all three? Meaning, what different three variants are there that are actually causing the most amount of damage? And if you venture to try to figure that out, don't. Remember, the scientists know what they're doing, but they need some more time to test and or fix whatever is going wrong. I have a feeling Moderna is going to be in the news more. Pfizer is going to be in the news more for just having rushed it all, probably in the next 8 to 16 weeks. So if and when that happens, remember, again, be cautious. If you're one of the ones, make sure to understand all the current side effects that are currently happening. If you have allergy to bee stings, you definitely want to double check that. That could prove to be fatal if it's injected in the wrong person. Make sure to not just say, oh, okay, let me take that vaccine. And then all of a sudden them go, oh, we forgot to tell you anything because they're just giving vaccines out willy-nilly. Okay. Take the necessary precautions, find out what you need to know. And if at all possible, I would say March or April will probably have a much better handle on that situation. There you go. And again, I'm talking about for those that are, I can't even stipulate who should take that or who shouldn't, because you really have to take your own life in your own hands at that point. You have to say, but learn to weigh the risks versus the benefits. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense to anyone, or does anybody disagree? Jesse, what do you think?
No, I do. I agree. You have to have some personal responsibility for your health. I mean, if the government offers you a vaccine, are you going to take it? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like for smallpox, for vaccines that, I mean, that are tried and tested, you go, thank you, sign me up, right? And that's what I say to people that are completely against any vaccine. But I will say there's a certain age which vaccines are very, very, very potent, and they're not properly administered, and that's between the ages of 3 and 8. Any child that gets like an automatic, oh, here, take this. The biology is so different at that point that it just doesn't make any sense. Does that make any sense? Because even when somebody's born with some type of disease like they get from their mother, sometimes they have inborn immunology, which actually is able to fight off that particular situation. I want to think of several words to put in there, but the answer is sometimes those born with certain ones suddenly create new antibodies themselves, and they have to wait to see how those work. Does that make sense? In others, it actually gets full blown in them, and then it's a death dealing situation, which I say always. There's always multiple methods to the madness. See what options there are versus just say, okay, I'll take the first one. Say, okay, that's the first one. How many other options are there? Make them talk to you, make them share with you. That is what you have to do as your own advocate or the advocate of somebody else. I've had to do that multiple times with multiple people, and it's just a thing you have to do. So if you find yourself in that situation, remember, go hook up with a nurse that it really cares, because she will make sense of it for you. Sometimes the doctors kind of cloud it for you, and they just kind of and sometimes you go, nurse, what does that mean? And the nurse goes, basically it means this, this, and that. Be careful of this, this, and that, and that, and this. That happened with me and my sister, and honestly, Brenda was there. And sometimes we got some 411s with some of the nurse aides, and they're like, look, the doctor doesn't want to tell you this, but it's this, 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 and that. Don't tell them I said this. And then we had one doctor, which was a younger kind of aide worker, and he goes, I'm not supposed to show you your numbers, but look, here are your numbers, this and this and that. I'm like, why are you not allowed to? That's so weird. But so my point is this: sometimes you just got to make friends with the ones that like really want to help you versus the ones that are just kind of like, let's get them in and get them out. Don't say yes to those right away, okay? Unless you're losing blood, and she was technically, her platelets would have dropped to nothing and she would have been brain dead. But she's alive, she's well, she fought it twice, and she's good to go. Okay, people, I got to go. I got to make it a great one. You got to make it a great one. Make it a great one together, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living. Live it well. Bye-bye, everyone. All right, people. And I just want to say thank you very much for spending some time with us. Yes, I got to go. I got a family emergency to take care of. And again, if you have anybody that's currently dealing with coronavirus, make sure to be there for them. Sometimes they feel don't feel. Sometimes they feel the pressure, they feel the anxiety, and sometimes they just need a helping hand. So make sure to be there for them. Remember, practice social distancing. Don't get too close, but be there for them and be there present with them. Sometimes, no, we can't all go into the hospital. That's a fact, but you can stay outside and be there with them. If you have a family friend that calls you up, says, I got to go to the doctor, I might have coronavirus, and say, okay, I'll meet you there and I'll stay in my car. We'll see each other from afar. And there you go. Right? What's the harm in that? But stay outside. And there you go. All right. So be careful, be friendly, and remember, we're all in it together. Okay, people. Love you. Make it a great day, whatever you do. Remember, life is worth living. Live it well. Bye-bye, everyone.